Continuing now with our lead story, President Obama versus the Tea Party. With us, Dr. Marc Lamont Hill teaches at Columbia University here in New York City. So what'd you think of the woman at the town hall meeting saying, hey, I'm getting sick and tired of defending you. I'm not feeling the hope. I'm not feeling the hope.
You mean the plant that was there at the...
That was no plant.
I think that was a plant. But...
Well... You think that was a plan? You think that woman was planning?
I'm half kidding. I don't know if she was a plan or
No,
not.
she wasn't. I can guarantee you. That was a real lady.
I can tell you one thing. The president was very uncomfortable with the question. And I think there's a sector of the American people who feel that way. I think people are feeling the pressure of a crumbling economy. I think people are frustrated with the president.
That's devastating to him, though, to have one of his core supporters stand up on national television, a town hall meeting, and say, you know what? I'm disappointed. It's not happening.
Well, I don't know if she's a core supporter or not, but I do think that this...
She said she was.
Again, which goes back to my plant point. But I do think that there's a bigger issue. No, but...
You can't make those accusations without solid, and you don't have it.
This is completely conjecture and suspicion. Right?
Go ahead.
Nevertheless, I think the president has to deal with this issue. There are people who are frustrated with the state of the economy. I think the question, though, is what do we do about it? And I think the president's response was perfectly appropriate, which is, do you want benefits? Do you want a smaller government? What's at stake? What are you willing to sacrifice to have?
According to polls, Americans do want a smaller government, but
they also want health care, Social Security, Medicare, and all the things.
We'll see how much they want it. More Americans want to repeal Obamacare than want to keep it, according to polls. Now, if you were in the, do you still talk to President Obama? By the way,
I have not spoken to the president.
No,
I think he lost my number. Or something.
Okay, well, you just probably think you should. No. Anyway, if he does happen to call this evening, would you say take the Tea Party on, or would you say, like Hume did, you know, you might want to just be kind of nicer to them?
Well, I don't think it's an either-or proposition. On the one hand, I think you can't continue to dismiss them. The Democratic Party in general completely just dismissed the Tea Party as a small group of loons who had nothing.
But they not only, I don't know if they dismissed them, they tried to marginalize them by calling them racist and all these other vile things.
And I think those things happen to be true, but I think you still have to take them seriously.
Again, you got to provide evidence.
I can give you plenty of evidence of that. But
I challenge you in that. I'm going to have you on next week, and I want to see all the evidence that you can compile that shows the Tea Party's racist.
And after I show that, will you concede the point?
I'll have to see what the evidence is.
If you find it compelling, will you concede the point?
If I find it compelling, I'll admit it's compelling.
All right? And persuasive.
But I want to see the evidence because you continue to do this. So bring it in.
I'll bring all the evidence you need.
Okay. You bring it in. You give it to our people so we can vet it.
Sure.
All right. And we'll put it on.
Okay.
All right. So President Obama chose today to say to the Tea Party, I want specifics from you.
Yes, and that's what he has to do. That's the part. You don't dismiss them. You take them on. You don't have to be combative. You don't have to marginalize them. You don't have to mock them. But what you can do is say, look, you all want a smaller government, but you haven't given any answers. What do I cut? Veterans benefits, we need to do something about that.
But as I said in my brilliant talking points memo that you should use in your classroom at Columbia, they're under no obligation to do that. It's a philosophical movement. And the philosophy is quite clear. Smaller government, less spending, more personal freedom.
Yeah. And the reason why I use your talking points is because we erect straw men sometimes to tear down. And what your talking points ignores is the fact that a philosophical movement can't have contradictions. There's a contradiction when you look at the Tea Party saying 61% of the Tea Party actually likes Medicare. They want to keep Medicare and Medicaid. They want Social Security.
In some form.
No. So, but the point is, there's a contradiction between wanting a smaller government,
right,
but wanting tax cuts dropped, or increasing tax cuts, lowering the deficit by less spending, and still wanting all these bloated benefits. You can't have all of it.
It depends what kind of benefits they want. And see, that is still to be defined because the Tea Party isn't a monolithic movement. So while you get two people that want, you get two people who want this, you get four people. But the overarching...
But 61% want these bloated benefits, and they don't want to cut anything.
I'd have to see the way the question was worded. But let's just get back to President Obama. Brit Hume says he doesn't have anything to run on right now. So that he's got two choices. Attack, marginalize, these are kooks that you join, or saying, you know what, maybe they're right, I'll incorporate some of their stuff, or at least think about it. What would you do?
Well, I think the approach he took today is perfect. He said, look, we all want smaller government. We're all skeptical of government. None of us
You think Barack Obama wants smaller government?
Where it's appropriate. No, I'm saying the point that he made rhetorically is that we all want to have a smaller government where appropriate. The question is, where are the appropriate spots? We need specifics. And if you all
I'd like to know one appropriate spot that Barack Obama wants a smaller government.
No, I'm not making the case for a smaller government representing Barack Obama.
But I don't think he wants one.
I'm not saying that either. I'm saying that the point he made to the Tea Party is if you want a smaller government, then show us where.
Oh, I think they could probably do that.
But that's what you need to come to. He's pointing out the contradictions. When you do every study of Tea Party membership, they all want these bloated benefits. They all want to lower taxes. They all want to cut spending, but they still want stuff. Listen, you can't have it both ways.
It just depends on what stuff they want. So you would say that you were happy with the president's presentation today.
Yes, but he needs to continue to push in this direction and offer his own solutions, because he can't say, what do you guys have? At some point, he's the president, he's the commander-in-chief.
But he doesn't have much to run on this, next 6 weeks. You don't have much to run on.
Well, there's going to be some major losses in Washington for Democrats because of that fact. I think there are victories. There are major victories that the Obama administration has, but they haven't done a good job of pushing them.
All right. Marc Lamont Hill, we'll see him next week with all of that information about the racism.